Jasmine and Paul had some money in the ratio 7:4. Paul and Nick had some money in the ratio 2:1. When Jasmine spent some of her money and Paul gave Nick $15, the three children had the same amount of money each. How much money did Jasmine spend? So we got some ratio, but we also got three characters. Jasmine, Paul, and Nick. So Jasmine is to Paul is 7:4. Then we have Paul is to Nick, which is 2:1. So like I said earlier, Paul cannot be 4 and 2 at the same time. So let's try to make Paul the same in both scenario 1 and 2. And the lowest common multiple between 4 and 2 is 4. So this one whole thing just times 2. So there's no changes to Jasmine. Jasmine will be 7. Paul will be 2 times 2, which is just 4. And Nick will be 1 times 2, which is 2. Good. So now we are also given that Jasmine spent some of her money. So we don't know how much, but now we know she got less money. So don't know minus how much. But Paul also gave Nick $15. So, okay, wait, let me just clarify. These are all in units. Huh? Okay, so Paul gave Nick $15. So Paul now has $15 less. Nick has $15 more. Then they end up with the same amount. So Jasmine has the same amount as Paul, who has the same amount as Nick. So this at first. This is change. This is in the end. So let's focus on Paul and Nick. So these two guys. So Paul initially started with 4 units and Nick started with 2 units. They end up with the same amount. Which means that one thing we can do is we try to collect from Paul and Nick, then we redistribute them equally, right, to Paul and Nick so that they have the same amount. So Paul started with 4 units, Nick started with 2 units. So in total, Paul and Nick has 6 units. Then we redistribute them. So we collect from them, then we redistribute so that they have equal amount in the end. So that will just be 6 units divided by 2, which is 3 units. So in the end, Paul is supposed to have 3 units, Nick is supposed to have 3 units. And since Jasmine also has the same amount in the end, Jasmine is supposed to have 3 units. So can you see that everyone is supposed to have 3 units in the end? Which makes sense, right? Because 4 units minus 15 give you 3 units. 2 units plus 15 give you 3 units. Which means if we look at this, 4 units minus 3 units is 1 unit. So 1 unit is 15, right? We'll get the same answer if you look at this blue box. Because 2 units plus 15 give you 3 units. Which means that the change is 3 units minus 2 units, which is 1 unit. And the change in this case is 15. Sounds good? If that is good, then I'll erase things. And I'll shift this over. So 1 unit is 15. Then they ask you how much money did Jasmine spend? So that was what the question one. So if you look at Jasmine is this girl over here, right? The one in blue. So can you see that Jasmine initially started off with 7 units? In the end, she only has 3 units, which means how many units did Jasmine spend? She spent 7 units minus 3 units, which is 4 units, right? So this one is minus 4 units. Which means how much did Jasmine spend is 4 units. So let's find out what 4 units is, which is just 15 times 4. So that should give you 60. Jasmine actually spent $60. So I hope this is good. This is not the hardest question. There's actually one question that's harder than this later on.